The Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve serves as a learning opportunity and a connection to the past. The preserve helps honor and educate using petroglyphs, some dating back thousands of years. John Bello is an assistant director of the Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve. That's a lot of words in there. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
The Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve. I gave kind of a capsule. What are we talking about here?
So the Petroglyph Preserve is located in North Phoenix on 35th Ave and Deer Valley. And it is a 47-acre archaeology and nature preserve, and we have a quarter-mile long trail out from the education center to the majority cluster of the petroglyphs, where we have over 1,571 petroglyphs.
Okay, what is a petroglyph?
A petroglyph is an etched image on a rock face. So imagine a rock carving, so to speak. And in modern terms, you might equate it to something like an emoji on a text message.
Yeah. Kind of like an ancient graffiti or something like that, right?
Yeah, so it is definitely an image that holds a lot of honor and respect for the descendant communities and those that created the petroglyphs.
I was going to say from 500 to 5,000 years old?
Yeah, one of our oldest ones is a petroglyph of an atlatl. So it's a projectile weapon that was used in hunting practices.
Wow. How much do we know of the people who lived there? And I mean, from 500 to 5,000, that's a long time and a lot of different people, I would think.
Yeah, it's quite a wide date range. And so what we know about the communities that were out at the Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve in the past comes a lot from Dr. J. Simon Bruder's archaeological investigation in the 1980s. So we know that the Western Archaic, some of the earliest communities here in Arizona, were traveling through the area. And then the Hohokam were the next tradition that were present in the area, and then the newest or more recent would have been the Patayan.
Well, this is kind of a basic question here, but in this area, where would be the nearest water?
So it's actually located along Skunk Creek, which is now there's a dam there, so it's it's not really present all the time, and the dam itself channels floodwaters during the monsoon seasons and winter rainy seasons.
Okay, so there was a reason for them to be there.
Yes.
Okay, you have a new exhibit called Tales from the Land. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so Tales from the Land is honoring the 30 years that Arizona State University and the School of Human Evolution and Social Change have been managing the site. And so the exhibit, which opens up on December 14th, we're having a fun event starting at 10 a.m. And the exhibit tells the story of the communities that have come to Deer Valley to engage with one another, to leave their marks, and to travel all across the state.
So this was basically an archaeological site, then a museum, and now the preserve, correct?
Correct.
What a preserve does what?
So the preserve there is to protect and educate the guests that come through our doors about the significance of the petroglyphs, the land, and also protect the animals and plants that are currently there as well, and the waterway.
How did this land become a preserve?
So that's also a very good question. So in the 1980s, the Army Corps of Engineers and Maricopa County Flood Control were identifying areas to create dams to protect Phoenix homes from flooding. And this was one of the sites. And so during that time, they earmarked this space as one to protect to help with the flooding problem.
Okay, so there is protection here, and there will be protection as far as we can see, because of those edicts.
Yes.
Yes. Is it a quarter mile, you said, to get out there?
A quarter-mile long trail from the museum itself to the petroglyph, so it's about a half-mile total walk.
Okay. Is there anything along the way you can look at?
Yeah, so we do have a couple of exhibits outside. We have several different panels as well as a self-guided audio tour. One of the exhibits outside talks about some of the research that was done there around lichen and petroglyphs, as well as manos and metates. So these are grinding tools that were produced at the site, and they were used in food production.
When you talk about people that have lived in this area, do we know where they moved when they left?
So that's also a very good question. So there was only one family that occupied the site for about 25 years, somewhere between 800 and 1100 CE. And the majority of the people coming to the site were actually traveling through from northern Arizona, southern Arizona, depending on where they were heading to.
Yeah. Well, I got to stop you right there. This is fascinating stuff. I never even knew this was out there. I mean, goodness great. John Bello, Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve, and you got this premiere set for December 14th, 10 a.m. All right. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.